Hello, Gentle Explainer here. Today I am going to gently explain a comedy romance movie called My Boss's Daughter. Today's story is about a shy boy, basically the brand ambassador of shyness without the salary. His bad luck is so bad that whenever he tries to do something good, something always goes wrong, but no one can control their heart. He falls in love with the beautiful daughter of his strict and short-tempered boss. But bad luck seems to be locked on him. Every time his boss's daughter comes in sight, something goes wrong. Whether this love will unlock his bad luck or not will be revealed throughout the story. At the beginning of the story, we see a man running to catch a train as quickly as possible, but the train door locks, leaving his suitcase behind. Now, inside the train, two friends named Tom and Paul, who work for the same company, are sitting. Tom keeps the suitcase with him so he can return it to the man next time. Tom is a very shy guy, and his bad luck is so bad that whenever he sets out to do something good, something always goes wrong. Besides, he hasn't been able to woo a single girl. The reason is that even talking to girls makes him feel uncomfortable. Now, in the same compartment, his boss's daughter, Lisa, is also going to the office. And Tom secretly likes her, but until now, he hasn't been able to muster the courage to talk to her. Paul forces him to go and talk to her, saying that today is the chance. Otherwise, he will remain single for the rest of his life. Tom musters up the courage and goes. But in the middle of the seat, a woman is sitting with her children, and as Tom tries to talk, the train jolts, creating a scene that further weakens the poor guy's spirits. Nevertheless, he tries again, going closer, and trying to talk. But this time, the suitcase suddenly opens, revealing some risque magazines inside. This makes matters worse, and Lisa begins to think that Tom might be a different type of guy. They then arrive at the office, and Paul explains to her that there's no need to be embarrassed. Such opportunities will arise again. A short while later, office staff member Andre arrives and tells Tom that the boss has called him to his chambers. His name is Jack, who is always very strict about his work and will fire anyone for the slightest mistake. Everyone knows that their boss is very rude, and they have to endure him every day. When Tom leaves, the boss tells him, "I hear you're thinking about some new ideas, so I want to know what your ideas are." Just then, Audrey arrives to serve coffee, but the coffee is very bitter, and neither Tom nor the boss likes it. The boss confronts Tom about this, asking him what should be done with Audrey. Tom says that there are often many reasons for a company's downfall, including small mistakes like this. But before Tom can explain, he's just giving an example. The boss immediately calls Audrey in and fires him. As Tom leaves his office, Lisa approaches him and says, "Come to my house this evening. I have a party to attend." Tom is overjoyed that Lisa wants to go with him, but something else happens. Lisa says, "I'll explain it to Daddy. You just have to get there." Tom arrives home in the evening and meets his boss. The boss explains everything to him, saying, "The house will be completely empty tonight. I'm going for some work, and Lisa is at a party, so you have to take good care of the house all night." Hearing this, Tom becomes a little disappointed, but he can't say anything and agrees. The boss has an owl in the house, which he loves very much. So he explains to Tom clearly that the owl loves to eat rats, and you have to feed it on time. If anything happens to it, you'll lose your job. After the boss leaves, Tom sits down and starts watching some CDs, including a video of Lisa in a very short dress. Tom is watching carefully when suddenly a boy appears. His name is Reid, and he's the boss's eldest son. But for some reason, his dad kicked him out of the house. So, seeing the house empty, he came for a while. Tom tells him that he works at the office and just came to take care of the house tonight. They're talking when Andre arrives to meet the boss. But seeing Tom, she's surprised and asks, "What are you doing here?" Tom explains, "I'm staying to take care of the house." Andre says she came to meet the boss to request her job back. Meanwhile, Andre's ex-boyfriend arrives and starts arguing with Andre about some old issues. They both start shouting in anger, and Tom tries to calm them down, saying, "If you two mess up here, the boss will fire me." Just then, something gets stuck in Al's throat, and hearing his screams, Tom rushes over and hurriedly gives him some toilet water to soothe him. Meanwhile, Lisa calls and tells Tom that she'll be back from the party early, so he can go back home if he wants. Tom says, "It's okay, I can stay here until you come back." A little while later, it's time for Al's meal, and boss had told him everything about Al's love to eat mice. But before he could feed him, the box of mice falls from his hand, and they start running around. Tom somehow manages to catch one of the mice, but just then, all comes flying in, grabs it, and runs out of the house. Tom goes out to find it, chasing it into a neighbor's area. Just then, an old man points a gun at Tom and threatens him, "How dare you enter my property?" Tom explains that he's just a servant, here to take care of a nearby house. Tom returns and finds that Andre is taking advantage of no one being home by inviting several of her friends over. Tom, worried, tells Andre to get his friends and help him find Owl. Otherwise, the boss won't let him live. Tom then comes to the hall and sees Lisa back, exhausted. Without further conversation, she goes to her room. Instead of looking for Owl, Andre, along with her friends, is busy destroying the kitchen. But Tom urges her to find Owl, no matter what. Just then, he sees a mouse that runs straight into Lisa's bag. Tom tries to pull it out, but it gets sucked into his bag. Lisa arrives and sees him in a state of shock. Tom explains that he was trying to catch the mouse. Meanwhile, the mouse manages to sneak into Lisa's room, but it eludes him and Tom falls in. Lisa now treats Tom very well, and they start chatting over drinks. Lisa suspected Tom was gay and had no interest in girls because she'd seen a naughty magazine with him on the train. So she turns on some music and starts dancing carefree in front of Tom. Seeing her dance, Tom joins her. Lisa then plays a romantic song, and as they dance along, Lisa gets into a romantic mood. But when she realizes from Tom's words that he's a perfectly normal guy, she feels embarrassed and begins to blush. But Tom explains that it's okay. Sometimes such misunderstandings happen. The most important thing between two people is trust, and I've always been an introvert. During our conversation, Tom mentions, "You're a very nice girl at heart, and I've never seen you be rude to anyone in the office." Lisa is impressed, and they share a kiss. Tom stops mid-sentence, excuses himself to Lisa, and goes outside to see if Audrey is holding Audrey. As he arrives in the hall, he encounters a fat guy who's come to meet Lisa and introduces himself as Lisa's boyfriend, Hans. He says, "Lisa broke up with me, which is terrifying. Now I feel like committing suicide in front of her." Tom lies, saying Lisa isn't home. While they're talking, Tom sees Audrey fly past him. He immediately gives chase, and the owl flies into another neighbor's house. Tom goes there to catch the owl, but the people there mistake him for Albert, who was coming to see their daughter. Tom tries to explain that they're probably misunderstanding him, but without a second thought, they bring him out to show their daughter. Tom was worried about the trouble he had gotten himself into, but this time he explains clearly, "My name is Tom, and I came here to catch my owl." Hearing this, they get angry and throw him out of the house. Outside, he meets Audra and tells him, "Owl is missing, but a friend of mine has a minor health problem, so you should come and check her quickly." He loses feeling on the left side of his upper body, and sometimes that happens to me too. Tom insists he should get it checked by a good doctor, but he refuses and insists he get it checked. Lisa arrives and sees this and misunderstands Tom. Tom tries to reason with him, but Lisa becomes angry, saying, "You guys are all the same. You're all focused on one thing. It's better if you get out of my house right now." Tom wants to leave, but Lisa has no idea what's going on behind his back, so he decides to restore everything to normal until the boss arrives. Just then, he sees a thief trying to open the safe. Tom points the gun he got from the old man next door at him, but the man takes Tom lightly, saying, "I'm not a thief. My name is TJ, and your boss's son, Reid, has hidden a valuable item of mine in this house. As soon as I find it, I'll leave." Just then, the boss calls to inquire about the situation, and Tom says everything is perfectly normal. But in the meantime, TJ, to tease Tom, urinates all over the house, making things worse for him. This only adds to Tom's troubles. Tom then plays a trick, colluding with Andre to mix sleeping pills into TJ's drink. Shortly afterward, TJ falls unconscious. However, the overdose causes him to suffer terribly. Tom panics, calling everyone together and asking, "What will we do with him now?" They all say, "No need to worry. If he dies, we'll bury him in the garden and no one will know." A short while later, they all take him away and begin burying him. Seeing this, Tom asks, "What are you all doing? What will you do if he's still alive?" Andre's boyfriend says, "Nothing will happen. He's dead, and he wasn't a good man anyway, so don't worry." Just then, Lisa arrives and apologizes to Tom, saying she might have said too much. But then, when she learns they're burying someone, she's terrified. Meanwhile, TJ regains consciousness scaring everyone. He grabs Lisa as soon as he wakes up, but Tom demonstrates courage and says, "If you have to kill someone, shoot me, but spare Lisa." Just then, Red stabs him from behind, knocking him unconscious again, and everyone escapes danger. Seeing Tom's bravery, Lisa begins to take a liking to him. Just then, a man named Daryl arrives and says he's the boss's man, and that the boss has called Tom to pick him up from the station. Tom then leaves for the station to fetch the boss, while everyone at home, along with Lisa, begins to tidy up the scattered items in the house. Meanwhile, Andre and her boyfriend are back to normal, and everyone starts tidying up the scattered items. They spot Daryl, who apparently came looking for something and was actually TJ's partner. While he's throwing away the junk, he unintentionally throws a bag onto the roof. Meanwhile, Tom is bringing his boss over. Then, he sees the boss's owl following them, but Tom cleverly avoids his boss's attention. While everyone is busy tidying up the house, we see Hans sneak into the house unannounced, unseen. Meanwhile, some police officers arrive, having received information that someone was dealing drugs there. Lisa tells them that this is my dad's house, and nothing like that is happening there. But the police, suspicious, enter and find Hans attempting suicide. He's so overweight that the chandelier, along with the rope, breaks and falls. Meanwhile, Tom is about to arrive with the boss, but just then, Aval, chasing him, gets right inside the car, causing it to lose balance. The boss tries to control the car, and in the chaos, the car crashes into the boss's house and crashes into it. Everyone gathers, wondering how this happened, and the police begin to question who is behind all this. The boss says, "I entrusted Tom with the responsibility of the house, and that he must be the root of it all." But then Red comes forward and reveals everything. "I'm the son of Jack, the owner of this house, and I was the one who was going to deal 3 kilos of drugs with TJ. But then I changed my mind, and as soon as Dad left, I came home and flushed the drugs down the toilet." But the boss tells the police to arrest Tom because he's the one who destroyed my house, and that's exactly what the police do. We then see a scene from the next day, where Jack spots his owl sitting on the roof of the house. He climbs a tree nearby to try to catch it. Then, through the window, he sees Lisa and Red talking. Red tells Lisa, "I know you love Tom, but you're misunderstanding him, along with Dad. Actually, Tom tried very hard to keep the house in order in Dad's absence, but he couldn't. He's completely innocent. It was me who messed everything up by planting drugs inside the house. Tom is a wonderful boy, and I want you to be with him forever." Their father, hanging out, overhears all this and realizes he's wronged Tom, but his worthless son is to blame. During this, the boss takes a nasty fall from a tree, injuring some of his private parts. Jack then frees Tom from jail, and Red brings him back. Tom immediately runs to Lisa, proposes to her lovingly, and says, "Your dad misunderstood me and sent me to jail." Just then, Jack appears from behind and tells Tom, "We misunderstood you, but there won't be any problems now. You two love each other, and that's a great joy for me." At the end of the story, everything ends well, with Tom becoming the company's superior. Even bosses no longer fire people for small mistakes, because they've realized it's not right to judge someone immediately. Tom and Lisa are very happy with each other, and that's where the story ends. I hope you liked this movie explain video. If you want to see more similar movie explain videos, then you can watch this video by clicking here. Now I go and see you in the next video.